What was the thing that made you say, I'm going to double down on this?
It got real because I just started being connected with all these people that I didn't know that were super successful. It was not commonplace to be able to get these regular people's stories, because interviews were reserved for like celebrities or athletes, right? Those are the people that got interviews if you're on the radio or something. So this time I'm getting connected to all these entrepreneurs because they never had that type of exposure before.
Wow.
I do believe for the success that I achieved, it had a lot to do with timing.
Talk about the monetization side for like business owners, like how they can use their podcast to generate leads, or the difference between leveraging your podcast to even put out value content.
Create more content for your audience. Imagine if you went to church every week and the pastor did like a 60-second sermon. There's no connection, but you listen to this pastor every single week for 45 minutes to an hour. That's what builds the affinity. That's what builds the connection.
At what point should someone be charging? Can they charge? And how do you coach them to go about that?
When they build a platform, when the demand becomes higher than the supply, that's when you make money.
What's going on, family? It's your boy Darius, back with another episode of Influence to Impact Podcast, where we have influential conversations with impactful people. And today I have not one of, but the biggest in the game when it comes to learning how to start, grow, and scale your podcast, leveraging it in all facets. My guy, David Shins. How you feeling?
I feel amazing, man. Finally an invite.
Yes, sir. It's hard to get you out, man. We're getting too much money.
No, it's not, bro. And first off, this studio is beautiful, overlooking the city, man.
I appreciate it.
Love coming to my rich friend's house.
Yeah, whatever. So listen, today I'm excited about this combo because a lot of people, they're always looking for ways to monetize. You know, we talk a lot about credit, funding, digital products, but I feel like one of the sleeper ways that people are losing hundreds of thousands of dollars or even a couple extra dollars a month is with podcasts, right? So I know you're the man with the plan. I know you got the podcast summit coming up. So before we get into this conversation, let the people know who you are and what you do.
I'm David Shins. I help entrepreneurs, coaches, consultants, anybody start a podcast, grow their podcast, or monetize their podcast.
Let's get it. How long you been in the game?
I started my podcast 2019, I want to say. Well, it was before that, really, because my man Brandon, shouts out to Brandon, shot me. This is back when he was really poor. He was my videographer, and he was uploading my audio speeches because he was just recording all my speeches, and he was uploading it to the podcast. But he didn't even tell me. Or maybe he mentioned it, and I was like, I don't know what that is. So 2019, I started promoting this conference called the Social Proof Conference, and the ticket sales were slow. So I figured I'd interview the speakers that were going to be speaking at the event as a way to sell tickets. I still didn't think of it as a podcast. I'm thinking about a way to market this conference.
Right.
So 2019 is when we started, and there's been history since then.
That's lit. What was the, like people weren't, 2019, like I don't even know if I was like listening to podcasts. What was the thing that made you say, obviously at first it started as an accident, but what was the thing that made you say, I'm going to double down on this?
People was like, yo, that was lit. I like it. And what's crazy, I did an interview, and this other influencer that I follow reached out and was like, yo, you just had my guy on your show. I want to be on. I said, for sure.
Yeah, no questions
asked. And this is like, I mean, it got real because I just started being connected with all these people that I didn't know that were super successful. And then I do this event at my studio, and Wall Street Trappers like, yo, I'll be watching the show, man. I bought your book, da-da-da. I want to be on the show. I'm like, this is lit, bro. Because you got to think at that time, you didn't even know what a podcast was.
Right.
I'm doing it, and I didn't know what a podcast was. So it was not commonplace to be able to get these regular people's stories, because interviews were reserved for like celebrities or athletes, right? Those are the people that got interviews if you're on the radio or something. So this time, I'm getting connected to all these entrepreneurs because they never had that type of exposure before.
Wow.
I think I'm really good at it, right? However, I do believe for the success that I achieved, it had a lot to do with timing.
Timing. Yeah.
And there's always perfect timing for something. So for people, it's like, yo, I missed the boat on podcasting. You did not miss the boat. There's going to be another time where, yo, if you look at all the rappers that are like the kings of hip hop, a lot of them started around the same time in the same area. In New York, they all know each other.
Jada, Fab,
Nas,
Nas, Jay-Z. Dang, that's
Jermaine
crazy.
Dupri got stories back in the
Big
day
Pun.
with Jay-Z,
Yep.
Pun,
Fat Joe.
LL Cool J, Fubu. There was a time period,
Crazy.
but they all knew each other because it was around the same time. So even if you look at streamers today,
Yeah.
they all started in this one window. If you look at it, your Kai Cenats, your DDG, all these people started in this window. Now, I'm not saying the window's over, but there are these windows of time where the perfect time. Me and EYL started around the same time.
I know. That's what I was going to ask. That's actually crazy.
You feel
And
me?
y'all were like the pioneers because
100%.
So do you think, obviously, we call it first movers advantage.
Yeah,
It's
sure.
kind of like the whole Jordan LeBron thing. Jordan is not better than LeBron, but because he was first, you kind of give him it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know about that.
Okay.
But and I'm not like the corny guy either, like, yo, I pioneered this and it doesn't matter. It's like who's winning?
Who's winning?
Who wins?
Exactly.
You feel me? So
No, I love
that's
that.
why I be seeing that corny stuff like, yo, I started doing this first and everybody copies.
So what, right?
What? I be telling my community, if you ever hear me teach something,
Yeah.
I don't care if you get off this call and go teach
it.
it. You don't even got to tag me. I don't care. I win.
Facts.
There's more information where that came from.
That's
That's
a
why
fact.
people are like, oh my, yo, I was the first person selling. So
What?
bro?
Exactly.
Like,
Exactly.
all right, and if you're mad at you starting something and someone else following it, you're a clown.
You're a clown. You shouldn't be.
Full-fledged clown.
You shouldn't be in a position of leadership, especially if you're coaching. That's the point. You're supposed to coach people to copy you.
And the only reason someone will be mad in that scenario is if they're no longer winning. Because I don't get the credit. If you was getting the money, you wouldn't care about the credit.
That's a fact.
Yo, man, all right.
That's
man,
so good. So good.
Yeah.
What they say, it's not about what Jay-Z said, it's not about who did it first, it's about who did it best.
Come on, bro.
That's a fact.
If you winning, you don't complain about other people that's doing what you do. You follow the
We're
breadcrumbs.
excited. Yeah.
Come on.
It's good. So good. And one thing I love you talked about, I didn't even think of it like that, but I'm realizing after you said it, oh, that is what I'm doing, is the relationships that you cultivate from having a podcast, because everyone loves getting asked questions because they just get to talk.
100%.
So like the relationships you built obviously on Action, I think you said with Wall Street Trapper, was those something like obviously after that with other people that you would like intentionally do, like when you're looking to network with people, hey, I got a podcast, you want to come on, or what was that?
100%, bro. Yo, if you don't have a podcast and you see somebody that you admire, you're gonna see them in the street and you'll be like, yo, I love your stuff, man. Can I take a picture? I don't do that. I'm like, come to the pod.
As a podcast.
Come to the pod. If you don't have one, you don't have that opportunity. So we got an email from a lady where they were like, yo, Jeezy's doing his run. And, you know, we want to have him on the podcast. Somehow the Social Brew podcast came up. So me and Donnie interviewed him. But if I didn't have, no, Jeezy.
Oh, Jeezy.
I wish.
Yeah, I'm about to say.
Yo, inside, no, I don't even know, bro. All right, no, okay, that's a whole nother conversation because I'm starting to I lost a little respect for Jay-Z based on something that he did, but we can talk about
This
that
weekend
later.
at the Roots thing?
Yeah, because he was like, yo, battle rap shouldn't be a part of the culture. Yeah. And then he battled.
Battle
bro.
rap.
Like, it's like he's shooting shots at everybody. Anyway, but he's still one of my favorite rappers ever. But where was I?
Relationships and Jeezy.
Yeah, so if we didn't have a pod and we weren't operating in excellence and have all these people on, we wouldn't have got that email or that call. 2 days ago, Donnie texted me. She was like, yo, Jeezy's people want us to facilitate some sort of Q&A for an event he's doing.
Wow.
For sure. Yeah. I'm in there. But if I didn't have a platform that I can even invite somebody to, how am I going to make these connections?
That's so good.
So that's what, bro. People are like, yo, podcasting is over. Oh, for you.
Not for me.
And it's just getting started.
Right. I feel like I know you said like the times, I feel like what you said. Look, I want to show you this podcast from April and May. That's income.
Come on, man.
In the last 2 months. Little 13 piece.
Light little 13.
Podcast. And we talk about the relationships, and obviously that leads to money, right? We say that you're one relationship away from, changing your life. Talk about the monetization side for like business owners, like how they can use their podcast to generate leads, or the difference between, leveraging your podcast to even put out value content. Do you think, when you think of podcasting, is it just interviewing, asking questions, or solo where I'm giving value, or what does that look like?
Well, it really doesn't matter.
Okay.
So throw out the word podcast, throw out YouTube, throw out all that stuff. What I'm instructing people to do is create more content for your audience. Period, point blank.
Okay.
Create longer form content for your audience because that's how people get to know you. Imagine if you went to church every week and the pastor did like a 60-second sermon. There's no connection.
Ooh, that's
but
good.
you listen to this pastor every single week for 45 minutes to an hour, every single week. That's what builds the affinity. That's what builds the connection. Not these 30-second clips on Instagram. But if and you can actually build a large following with short clip content. But if you want to drive deep, where when you say something, people move, you got to have long form content, bro. I've been, for the last 6-7 years, bro, I've been putting out 1 to 2 hour-long conversations every single week. So when people see me in the airport, they feel like they know me. They've been there through my children being born. They've been there through my ups and downs. They've been there through my mom passing. They've been there through my mild depression. They've been through my ups and downs. They see me start the podcast summit.
Yeah.
So when I get a chance to talk to somebody, they're like, yo, I know you.
Yeah, you my boy.
There's a relationship
Yeah,
here.
that's lit.
So I just don't see how, especially in the future, someone's going to build a large following without that type of content. But they're looking at it like, oh, everybody has a podcast and it's saturated. Well, that's so dumb.
Yeah.
Forget podcasting. How are you going to build a connection with your audience
Exactly.
if it's not long form conversations?
I love it. And one thing we always say is immersion equals conversion.
Come on.
The number one thing in business, watch time. The more they watch you, the more they'll spend with you. And when I think of it, it's kind of like, the point of like, side note, like when we run challenges to spend more time with people. But if you're dropping a video every week and it's 1 to 2 hours, then it's almost like
Come on, bro.
whatever you're selling, people are buying.
How long are your webinars?
My webinars usually 90 minutes to 2 hours.
Why aren't they 20 minutes?
Because immersion equals conversion.
It takes a little while.
They got
And if you're going to ask for higher money,
yes,
you do a challenge. And how long is a challenge?
10, 12 hours throughout the week.
Why though?
Immersion equals conversion.
Come on, bro.
Yeah.
Like, you got to spend some time with
It
me.
makes sense. Because I see all your short form is just clips from your long form.
100%.
So break that thing down. What is your process? So you put all your focus on YouTube, and then you cut up the clips, and then the YouTube Shorts, Instagram, TikTok.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So we take the long form. We take 2 clips a day, and we post it on Instagram. We'll take those same 2 clips, not a different 2 clips, the same 2 clips, put on TikTok, same 2 clips, put on Facebook, same 2 clips, put on YouTube Shorts.
Wow.
Because the clips will the long form will give you depth with your audience because they spend some time with you, but the clips is what gives you the reach. If you're going to monetize on YouTube, you need 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch time hours in 12 months. So if you get 4,000 watch time hours in a year and 1,000 subscribers, they'll monetize you. But there's another way to monetize. You can monetize through shorts. For the shorts, however, you have to get 10 million views in a 90-day period.
Okay.
To get monetized through shorts.
3 months, yeah.
What YouTube is saying is we understand that the short clips are going to give you way more reach, so we make it harder to reach this threshold. They're looking at you can get 10 million views, and that's the same as getting 1,000 subscribers.
Wow.
So
wow.
Yeah, you have to have both.
You have to, yeah.
Bro, if you are not, and I would like to see more clips from your pod, bro.
Yeah, yeah.
If you are not going to clip up your content, don't make the content. Because we upload to YouTube and just expect for the views to just grow, and that's
clips.
Not the game.
Okay.
Bro, these streamers, you know how they become super successful?
The clipping, they be taking it and clipping.
Clip farming,
yeah,
bro.
everywhere.
They have thousands of clips going out. So when you got thousands of clips going out, you're reaching so many people. The audience is becoming so widespread. They become celebrities.
I just told my YouTube guy, I said we need more clips from the long form pods.
There's no way around it. Do not, listen, where's my camera? Do not produce what you won't promote. Do not produce what you won't promote. It is a waste of time producing it. That's why people upload to YouTube like, I only got 10 views. How many clips you put out? I put out 1 clip. Well, it makes sense.
Yeah.
It makes sense.
You didn't finish the play.
It equals, yeah.
Started the play, didn't run the play. That's good. And you just put me on game. Because I was wondering why, like, I'm monetized now, but it seemed like it was taking forever to get monetized. But I think it might have been the lack of the clips because we were just putting out the long form.
100%.
So good. So what is the formula, right? Because I want some game for me. If we're building up this podcast, what should that balance be like? Or how do you format, like, what I'm going to talk about? Or is there a difference between today I'm going to educate versus tomorrow I'm going to kind of tell my story? Or what does that breakdown look like for a new podcaster?
Well, I say let's just feed the audience what they need.
Okay.
So whether it's interviews, whether it's solo, whether it's a co-host, just feed the audience.
Okay.
Here's the element that we need to understand, though. There has to be some sort of unique element to what you're doing. If you're not like an OG or you ain't been in the game. So we got an audience of people that really just rock with us, right?
Yeah.
So like we're going to have that engagement because we've been doing it for a long time. If you're starting now, you have to have a unique hook. There needs to be some sort of unique hook. Like even in the beginning of our pods right now, I'm playing this game, this or that, for engagement. Or like the hot seat. It's different.
Yeah.
There's not other people doing it. Are you single?
Yes.
Like all the way?
Yes.
Like not dating nobody?
Yes.
Okay. I want to have you on my show. So I'm
right.
doing another show.
Okay.
Where we are highlighting single entrepreneurs, but the question is, why are you single?
Okay.
And what is the type of person you're like? I'm serving up these single men on a platter for people to watch.
Okay.
Right?
Got you.
One, this solves a problem because there are some women that's going to watch it like, oh, I'm looking for something.
Right.
Right? Because that's a big problem here. They're always looking, you going to be on? Yeah, Tyba. Oh, yes, that's going to be lit.
Tyba's so, go crazy.
Me and Donnie came up with this idea. We said, yo, I'm going to interview the men, almost like asking all the important first date questions, all the questions that you should know before we move forward. Donnie's going to interview the women. I put up one a week. She puts up one a week on the same channel, meaning 2 a week. And we got to get it clipped up like crazy. And we are going to go. So it doesn't pivot away from our entrepreneurship conversation, but this is another aspect of the entrepreneur or the relationship side. So it's unique. Other than,
unique.
Yo, let's just interview and hear your story.
Very unique.
So
you know why it's unique even more so? Because it's not just a typical like dating show, but it's also not just typical education interview. It's like the mix because that's what people want to know.
100%.
That's so good. How did you, because, it used to be just, I think when I first used to watch it was like, Social Proof. Then you got the co-host, and now you got Donnie, and you guys do amazing together. Then you guys had all these different versions of it, the hot seat and this. At what point does someone know when they're ready to add, or do you have a time period where someone should just start off focusing on this, and once you're at this views or this monetization, then you move forward? What does that look like?
I think you start off with something unique that's like good content.
Yeah.
And you need to perfect the content and get good at it.
Okay.
But it doesn't really matter. You want to put out a good piece of content for your audience, period, point blank.
Okay.
So it's not a like win this word. Now, you don't want to be like all over the place, but bro, even in the early days, I would interview people and me and Donnie would have an episode. Then me and Donnie would interview people. We're giving the same information to the same audience.
Makes sense.
It's just in a different format. So whether it's a vlog or what have you, let's just feed the audience with unique content.
Okay. I love it. So monetizing from the platform, we learn how to do that. Put out valuable content that your audience already wants. Cut it up, turn it into short form. Other ways that they can monetize, guesting. Let's get into that. At what point should someone be charging? Can they charge? And how do you coach them to go about that?
When they build a platform, when the demand becomes higher than the supply, that's when you make money. The Breakfast Club charges.
Yeah.
Don't let them fool you.
Yeah. They charge it.
You want to, it's called a promotional package. You want some ads, they'll include the Breakfast Club. There's a promotional package. So, I mean, here's the fine line though. You don't necessarily want to just start accepting money from anybody. They still have to fit the profile of someone who can add value to your audience.
That's good.
So people ask me all the time and I'm like, nah.
Yeah.
But you don't add value, bro. Like you've been doing this for 2 years and now you want to teach it and you need some exposure. This platform isn't for exposure for you.
And he's not lying. He curved me for 3 years. I got the proof. 3 years. 3 years, right? I'm like, damn.
Yeah, but some people
But
just
it's good, though.
Some people just take the money and it ruins the platform because
Yeah.
there's no consistency and good content.
Makes sense.
You're ruining your whole platform.
And you do yourself a disservice because now if they're not valuable, one thing, but now if they're on your platform and they're telling people they can do something and they reach out to them, then people come back to you.
Yeah, 100%. And here's the thing about that. You will not always get it 100% right.
Right.
Anytime you interview somebody, you're essentially silently co-signing them.
You are.
They might have a really good story
Yeah.
and powerful. EYL had Diddy on the platform. And at the time, I mean, I'm super impressed. I'm like, yo, this is the Diddy. What's
This was
wrong
way
with
before
this
the whole situation?
Yeah, yo, every picture they post about Diddy be from Investments.
Ah,
You know what I'm saying? Like, he was at Investments, right? And then all the crazy stuff happens. And the narrative is, EYL had Diddy at their...
Crazy.
He's a mogul, bruh. You can't control what happens after they leave your show or what they're doing. Then, like, you need to vet your guests. You need to vet your boyfriend, first off. You keep getting it wrong. So we've had a couple people that didn't do the right thing after, but most of it, like 98% of the people that I interview come through some sort of referral. I have a conversation with them. They can verify what they're doing. They're successful at it. But that doesn't necessarily mean they're going to do the right thing a year later.
Facts.
And then if they are on your platform and they do something crazy a year later, it's your fault.
Yeah.
But you have to remember that the people that are commenting don't have a show. They don't even got they don't even have an emotion in anything.
Facts.
So you got to like kind of ignore that. But vetting is really, really important. But nobody goes to Hot 97 and says, "Oh, Diddy was on your show. You didn't vet your." It's Diddy, bro.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So who knows? I don't know.
Now that's so good, and I think that's something that we don't talk about because people just watch from the outside, but on the inside, even like dealing with that, people in the comments, people talking crazy, and you said it right on the head. Oftentimes, there's someone who don't even got a profile picture, like they have nothing going on.
100%.
It's crazy,
right? And I guess I'm guilty too. I'm talking about something that I don't like that Jay-Z did.
Oh, I know.
He doesn't care, bro. And who am I to say anything about him in the position that he's in?
Facts.
He does not care, right?
He don't even got time.
But I get a chance to share my opinion.
Absolutely.
And you got to respect the people who share their opinion.
100%.
It's their opinion. Y'all got it.
100%. 100%. I want to talk about so we know client acquisition, lead gen through putting out valuable content, the guesting, right? When it comes to these podcasts, what other ways can people utilize this to grow their business or grow their income?
I mean, again, we could stay here all day. You could write a book and have a segment from your book, reading a section of the book that would drive sales to the book. Ooh. You can, outside of all, there's 1,000 ways to. So whatever question that you have, the answer is whatever way we would use to promote a business or a service.
Okay.
Content. It's like there's a million scenarios of how you make money. But what's more important than that is one, networking, and two, your ability to communicate an idea.
Okay.
And your ability to ask questions. I build really, really dope relationships instantly. Because without cameras on, if I meet you, we're going to have a really good conversation.
Facts.
But it's not because I'm good at asking questions, because I've been asking questions for 6 years straight. So I can see so like with the hot seat, it's not that I'm just the most amazing question asker, but because I've been doing it for 6 years, I read body language. I can see. I said, Darius, you single? He says, yes. I said, like, single? He said, yes. I said, not even dating nobody serious? He said, yes.
Because look,
I'm not here for that, but I'm going into that because I see it.
Yeah, no, that's why you invite me to the
it.
pod. I probably won't come to that one, but
I know it. When he said he was, I knew he wasn't coming because there's something there. I knew it when you said it. But what I'm saying is, I've been doing. Imagine hosting a show.
That's fire.
For every week, 1 to 2 times a week, 6 years straight. You become an expert question asker. Or even if you did a solo episode where you're talking about a specific topic, if you did that every year for 6 years, If somebody asks you to speak, hey, you go on stage next. You like, next, oh my gosh,
Yeah.
I'm
You
cooking.
do this. Yeah.
I don't
You
need no
talk.
preparation.
That's so good. So good.
That is, I think that's the biggest benefit to me is your ability to communicate your ideas and ask questions.
You know, it's crazy. Not to keep going back to the phone. It's like the exact way you feel about the podcast is the exact way I feel when I tell everyone you should be doing webinars for your business.
Come on.
It's like you could call me to speak right now. I'm good. Like we've overcome. So it's like whatever you do, it's just you get better at it. And communicating is obviously the highest level of skill in the world. So for you, you've been doing this now X amount of years. What is the goal? Like, what's the goal with Podcast Summit? I know you got it coming up. What are the people who are coming out? What is the goal you want for those people?
To be able to start, grow, monetize a podcast, because I know where the industry is going. We will be responsible for the next celebrities.
Wow.
We will be responsible, not responsible because I'm not doing the work, but the next Kai Cenat will say, yo, I came to Podcast Summit.
Wow.
The next Earn Your Leisure is going to be in the crowd, and they're going to be like, yo, I learned at Podcast Summit. That was the spark. We're going to be a part of these stories. And at the end of the day, we're going to get acquired by somebody, bro. I'm building a business. I am an entrepreneur, bro. I'm not the person that like my income comes from teaching someone how to do something. I'm building a business. My goal is to sell a company for $100 million.
Wow.
That's the goal.
Well, let me ask you something, because I don't know about that side of things. So
you need to learn.
with the podcast, yeah. So specifically, so kind of like how Gilly and Wallow, they have $1 million worth of game, and what's that company that bought that? Barstool. So that's essentially something like what you'd want to happen to Social Proof eventually?
Not necessarily Social Proof, but Social Proof would be the marketing arm for whatever we're building to sell it. So imagine Podcast Summit. First year we had 750 people. The next year was 1,100. Last year was 1,500. This year we have 2,000. Imagine year 5 or 6 or 7, and there's 50,000 people there. You mean to tell me somebody's not going to buy that?
So
I just see the vision.
Podcast of it.
Yeah. So conferences get sold. Anything valuable gets sold.
That's hard. Okay.
Anything valuable gets sold. If you build something of value, you can sell it.
This is game. I always thought, because when it's a personal brand, like, in like education space, they say it's not really a sellable business because it's us attached to it. Yeah. But what I'm getting is to make sense, it's the event that's branding, not David.
Correct. Correct. It's not so the David Chan's Summit.
Yeah.
It's Podcast Summit. We're putting on for the industry.
I love it.
Again, we've been having conversations with Urban One, iHeart. We've been having conversations with everybody, and people haven't bit yet. They're always super interested, and they always want to be a part, but the deals don't be making sense because they're not. Maybe we haven't. Maybe we just haven't interested them just yet. But everybody seems really interested.
Yeah.
But we're just going to keep on building, and eventually,
someone going to do it.
You build something valuable. This becomes a staple of the whole industry. It's up, bro. Spotify got to buy it.
It's up. You got me thinking.
Just keep this interview.
Yeah. Oh, I'm keeping this.
Keep this interview, bro.
Oh, trust me.
You're going to remember, oh my gosh, Dave said Spotify's going to buy it. And look, iHeart's going to buy it. Somebody's going to acquire it, and we'll just watch.
So you want to, I can get like what, 5, how much you need me to buy into to get a little percentage?
Hey, man, let's have a conversation, my boy.
Hey, Les.
No, I got to say shout out to my boy Chris Sane, too, because Chris, one, he gave me like $10,000 just as a sponsorship last year. He was like, yo, bruh, I see what you're building. I'm just going to shoot you this. I was like, well, what do you want for it? He was like, nothing, bro. I see another black man doing something.
Wow.
I'm going to support. This year, we were talking, and he was like, yo, I'd love to be a partner in some way. And so I'm like, I put this whole little presentation deck together. He was like, bro, I like it. He said, I'm investing not in an idea, but I'm investing in you because your whole world is this podcasting thing. It looks perfect, right?
Yeah.
I said, Chris, all right, here's the deal. He's like, all right, I'll accept that percentage for this amount of money. My man says, send me your wire info. I'm like, all right, cool. I'm going to put the agreement together. He sent the wire before the agreement. I'm like, Chris, hold on, bro. This is a 6-figure investment, bro.
Me serious.
And I'm like, yo, hold on. Let me get the agreement. I'm glad you trusted me like that, bro. He's like, bro, I believe in people. He was like, yo, I want to make sure I'm in Before you change your mind, you got my bread.
That's how you do it.
Because he believes, bro.
That's how you do
But
it.
it started with me putting my own bread up and my own ideas, and I'm going after it, not begging nobody for money. I'm going there anyway. If you want to be a part of this, I think that's where people get messed up. They're like, yo, Tybo, would you invest in me? Yo, would you invest? Would you invest? I'm not asking. I'm going there. I'll ask you along the way.
Yeah.
But it's not, my move isn't depending on your yes.
I like that.
I'm in, and I think investors like that.
I like that. And that's easy. I always say, I heard this analogy, if I see someone on the highway and they just sitting there with the car and they're not doing that, I'm not going to help them. But if I see someone pushing the car, you're going to help them. And people love to help people because people know you're going to have motion.
Yeah,
they're like, that guy's going to figure it out. He's a hustler.
Certain people, bro.
Can I ask him, just curious, for an event like this, even in the first year, how much does something like that cost?
It costs $400 every year. It costs about the same amount of money, about $450,000.
Okay.
The first year I lost $250,000 of my own cash, bro. That was in my account. Is no longer there.
You know what I'm gonna tell you?
What?
OPM.
Yeah, but if I'd have lost the money, then now I just owe $250,000.
But you had some breathing room.
Well, I had the money, so I do have breathing room. I would still be paying that right now, and I don't want that.
You know what?
Yeah,
it was like,
bro.
no debt. We've had this conversation before with D, so I know his take on the bank's money.
Yeah, for sure.
250. You got to be a dog to come back and say, I'm doing it again after losing 250,000.
I mean, once you believe in something, you believe in it.
Believe in it.
You know what I mean? That's like you get married to this person and you realize, like, yo, I don't like what you just did, and I'm just leaving the brother. No,
gotta keep.
I'm not leaving. Like, we're here. What are we doing? I believe that when I said I do, I believe in it when it's not pretty. Either way, I believe in it. I'm not letting it go because I got hit in the mouth, which I did. But we still here, bro.
Still here. I love that. I want to talk about the journey. Like, you know, David Shins, before you were the biggest in the podcast space and doing what you do. Where did you start? Like, you know, I heard you tell your story about the kiosk. How did you get to this place?
It depends on what part of the story.
From your entrepreneurship journey, like when you started.
In New Jersey. Where you from?
I'm from Boston.
Yeah, I'm from Jersey. Yeah, South Jersey. In New Jersey, it snows a lot, and for us to be out of school, the snow has to be to your belly button, bro, before you get out of school. Because they plow the streets. You go to school. So we're looking at the TV, and at the back in the day, the numbers would go across the screen, and when you see your school number, that means they're out of school, right?
Yeah.
So if I see my school is out of school, the phone starts to ring. My friend's like, yo, we out of school. Yo, let's go play football in the snow. It's the best football ever, playing football in the snow. And essentially, my mom would still have to go to work. So my dad would be out there shoveling the snow out of the driveway and say, hey, come on and help me. I look across the street, and it's my neighbor has a whole bunch of snow in her driveway. She also needs to get to work. So I go knock on the door like, yo, do you need some help? She says, yes. So I shovel her snow, and she gives me money. I don't know why my friends don't think, let's shovel snow first and play football later.
Later, right?
I'm like, I will see y'all around 11. I'm putting on 2 pair of socks. I'm putting some sweatpants on, jeans on top of the sweatpants, throw my boots on, put the gloves on, get the Scully, and I'm getting to the money. I don't know why. When I was a kid, the leaves would fall off the tree, and I think that the leaves look on the lawn are extremely beautiful. It's pretty, right? But my dad would be like, yo, rake these leaves. I'm like, Dad, but look how it look. Right. It's like, look at all the colors, bro. Right. He's like, yo, you better rake the leaves and put them in bags. And I'm like, dang, I really like the way this looks. But then I look across the street at my neighbor, and I'm like, dang, I wonder if my neighbor likes all the leaves on the lawn. I go knock on the door.
I rake them up.
Hey, no disrespect. I think your lawn is beautiful with all these leaves, but do you like all the leaves on the lawn? And they're like, no. I'm like, yo, I got this shovel. I got this little rake.
Hustler.
I got a rake. My point is, the beginning is Like when I started doing that stuff, when I got money for my birthday and I go to Walmart and I'm like, oh, I want some blow pops, and I get the bag. I don't know what makes me turn the bag over and count how many blow pops they are and calculate if I sell them all for a quart. I don't know. I don't know
It's in you.
where that comes from. But that would be the beginning. I always wanted to get to the money. My daughter, Corey, on the other hand, feel like it looks like she's allergic to money, bro. I'm talking about she just don't care about it.
Because pops and moms got the money.
I don't think that's it, bro. It's like, yo, you go to the mall, say your parents take you to the mall, and your dad or your mom says, hey, you want some shoes? You like, the answer is yes.
Yeah, every time.
Before I see a pair that I like, the answer is yes. I'm like, Corey, you want some shoes? She's like, no.
Really?
Who are you, kid?
Life good. Life sound like it's good.
She just not into that stuff,
Yeah.
bro.
Wow.
I was into it. So long story short,
Yeah.
I sold everything from weed to real estate.
Yeah. That's crazy. Same here. I was a kid in school. I got in trouble because I had 2 lockers. I had one for my books and then one where I was selling everything. Fake Jordans, old back jerseys, you name it. I was selling it. They said, Mr. Benders, you can't do that. I said, okay. I moved lockers. They caught me, got suspended. But then I had to do it out of leave it at my people's house.
Yeah.
And then we go sell them after school. So
Make a way,
some
bro.
people, it's just in them. That's so dope. Talk about, being a family man, balancing family and entrepreneurship. I think, a lot of people are always wondering, well, how do I balance the two? Is there balance, honestly? And how can people go about that?
Well, there is a balance. It's just out of balance. I mean, it's just, you don't know when it's going to be balanced. Some days it's balanced. Today, for instance, it's balanced.
Okay.
Today, I feel like I'm managing everything.
Gotcha.
Tomorrow, I don't know what's going to happen. It might be a specific time of the month, and my wife says we need to spend more time, and I'm like, bro, we just spent the day together with the kids. I took all Sunday off. It's the whole family. We go spend a day together, and she's like, nah. Family time and husband and wife time are different times. I'm like, we was together the whole time. And then my daughter and my son is like, hey, we want to go hang out. Yeah. And I'm like, yo, we just hung out. Nah, you need to hang out with me.
Alone.
Oh my gosh. Then my 15-year-old, she's like, yo, you don't take me driving because you got a permit. I need to take her driving.
Now you got extra responsibility.
And then you go to work and you got staff and so I think every day, here's my philosophy. Yeah. I'm going to do everything I can do today. Tomorrow, I'll do the rest. Like, you can't stress yourself out, bro.
Max out today.
Yeah. Let's go.
I love it. One thing I've seen you do is very, very disciplined. Even when we're in the gym, like you come, you get to work and you out of there on schedule. No talking. Like as soon as we done, I got to go. Like, for you having this schedule, I know you go to the gym, you got the podcast, you're shooting, you're doing hella episodes. Like, do you have anything for people that's trying to stay on task and be more productive? Like anything that you do specifically?
I oftentimes map out my day and I just not map out the day like times. One, I got an assistant to put stuff in my calendar because I double book all the time. This is our second time I'm supposed to do this because I said I was going to do something, and then Kay was like, hold on, you're supposed to do this. I was like, oh, crap.
It'd be like that.
And then I got a balance. I'm like, all right, Darius might understand. Yeah.
Who's going to understand more, right? No, you do got to make those decisions.
Who's going to understand more? So, but like, I think this is going to help everybody. In the beginning of the day, before the day gets started or the night before, you have to make a checklist of all the important things that need to get done. If you do that in the morning, you're operating with a sober mind of all the things I know I need to do before we get in the weeds and people start pulling us. And then you realize you didn't do any of the important stuff. So if you just outline the most important things that need to get done before the day gets started and make sure you checklist those, then you can say, oh, this was a productive day. And the rest of the stuff, it's all extra.
That's good. So good. That's some game right there. I love it. I want to ask this because you're really good you do this different from any host I've had. And we were actually talking about it when, I sent some of my people that were in my program to your podcast and stuff. Like most people don't ask like regular questions to like, just get the answers. But one thing you do is you always throw in like something witty, like for example, with the credit, you be like, so you scam it. Like it's a scam. Or like I've seen with other people, like, no, seriously. And I think that's dope because it brings more engagement. But like, how does someone like build the courage to ask those type questions on the platforms.
Well, I mean, if they come to your platform, it's your platform. And if you're good
Yeah.
at it, you should be able to defend it.
If you're so that was my thought process. So basically, if someone folds, they're not really
Bro,
like
yeah,
that.
I'm not, bro. I'm not doing this as a promotion for the person that's sitting
Yeah,
on the
it's
seat.
for your guests.
I'm doing this for my audience.
I love it.
I'm going to ask you a tough question, and you need to defend it. If you can't defend it, you don't need to be here. You don't need to be leading people anyway.
Facts.
So, I mean, I'm asking what I just don't hold back on questions, and I think I do it in a respectful way.
No, you do.
But you need to defend it. If I say credit repair is illegal, it's because of what I read.
What you know. Yeah. What you seen. Yeah.
And I'm trying to protect my audience.
To make
So
sure
you tell me that,
That's good.
tell me that I got this wrong if you're doing credit repair.
That's good.
And if you start talking in circles, you say something is not factual, at least my audience knows I had y'all back. Go research it.
Facts. I looked out. I didn't co-sign it.
Come on, man. Don't come on here. Don't come on here not know what you're talking
Don't
about.
come bluffing. That's good. That's
come
good.
on.
Hey, that's why I stay away from that credit repair stuff. That's good. Starting off your podcast, so I started off the way my thought process was kind of like how we do our business. Like, all right, I'm gonna go to the big guys first. So I did like a couple, I paid people to get on my podcast, which I seen to help like grow the audience and stuff like that. Do you suggest that, or do you suggest no? People just start.
You pay people to go on your podcast?
Only the first one.
Oh, I was
Yeah,
gonna say, why you ain't pay me, bro?
No.
Why you ain't?
Only the very first
Come
one.
on, man. I'm an influencer.
No, I paid.
no,
Who did I pay? It was actually probably not the best. I paid Wes Watson, but it was more than just the podcast. It was like we did like a street interview, and then it was like some one-on-one thing. But
you want to sponsor Podcast Summit?
Yeah, but I need the main room, bro.
Huh?
I need the main room.
What do you want to do?
I could do for Podcast Summit. Your crowd don't really need funny, right?
Well, Herman is a sponsor too. Y'all do the same thing, right? Funny.
Yeah, he do funny. Yeah, we do funny. Do they need anything to do with like selling one to many or webinars or?
Well, here's the
marketing?
thing. I don't even know if I have another slot, bro. Because we're going from 3 rooms to 2 rooms, and both of those rooms are going to look like main rooms. That's how we're building it. Instead of like just side rooms, we got video walls in both rooms.
Oh, it's good.
But I don't know if I have a speaking slot. But I'm like, yo, bro, I'll do all kind of stuff outside of the Podcast Summit. You sponsor the Podcast Summit.
Oh, outside of it.
We'll
Okay.
do all kind of, bro. It's like we do interviews. We gonna do advertisement. We gonna do.
I put me together.
I speak on a challenge or something.
Right.
I'm holding myself out for these
Say
sponsors.
less.
You hear me?
Say less.
Anyway.
Okay, let's do it. Yeah, I mean, put together a package and
That's
we'll
awesome.
make it happen.
Yeah.
This is good. What date's the podcast coming up? So people who want to tap in, how do they tap in? How do they get tickets?
July 2nd and 3rd.
Okay.
July 2nd and 3rd. Podcastsummit.com. It's incredible, bro. Like the lineup, the information we have. We just locked in DDG.
Okay.
A huge streamer.
Yeah.
And I did that primarily for my audience of people because we look at streamers like, yo, why are people watching you do nothing?
Yeah. Facts. But
there's something to it.
Yeah.
But just because we don't understand it in our older generation, don't mean it's not a thing that's growing. So I need to get someone to teach my audience,
I love it,
including me, the science behind this.
I love
it. From somebody that's doing it. So he's going to be there, Kev on stage, B. Simone. We got another special guest. I can't say his name because he said don't release it until after.
Okay.
But he'll be there. We got Tybo.
Yes, sir.
Tybo. I don't even know anybody.
He gonna cook.
Who's as knowledgeable about how to get something to look good as Tybo. How to get something to sound good. If you give me a $10,000 camera with the best lenses, I truly believe, and you give him an iPhone,
he gonna make it pop.
He'll make it look way better.
100%.
He's just a monster.
He's
bro.
different. I told him he was the best kept secret. I said he better get into webinars too.
Oh, for sure. Yeah,
he interviewed last week. He cooked.
Yeah, Tybo's something special.
He's
You're something
1.
special, bro.
Yeah,
it's like I'm super just proud of him, man, to see the trajectory, bro.
Yeah,
so
no. I tell him his story. I said I've never seen this story. I heard a story like that to come up. I told him he got to tell it more.
Yeah,
it's incredible.
Kid's a genius.
Absolutely, David, man, this has been amazing. What I want you to do before we
y'all got any more questions? What kind of interview is this?
I could go all day.
You ain't got no more questions, bro.
Who ain't got no more questions?
You ain't got no more questions.
I got questions for days. We could get it. We could get into
That's
it.
crazy. You ain't got no more questions.
Yeah.
All right, we can wrap it up,
This
bro.
dude's
That's
crazy. This is crazy. Listen, the person at home right now, they're trying to change their life. They're in a dark place right now. I'd like to end it off with this. What are 2 or 3 things that they can do to get out of that dark place and get closer to success?
Get closer to success, meaning you got to get around some people that are successful in whatever area that you're lacking. So if you are in a depressed state, you need to find some happy people and get around that as often as possible. If you're broke, you need to get around some people with money because one, the environment not only teaches you, but it inspires you. You know what I mean? So you have to get as close to whatever you're not as possible. It's impossible for Tybo, for example, to not grow being in this environment.
Yeah.
So there's a conversation. Tybo was, he would charge like per hour, right? Or half day, whatever, and set up studios. He set up my studio. It was like, yeah, how much per day? And it was a really, really good number. And he's around all these conversations. We have these conversations about, he's hearing all this high ticket and the value and the money. Then he gets around the Neos and he get around Darius. It's impossible.
Facts.
For him to so I try to hire him. Well, he still hire him, but I hired him and he raised the price, and I didn't even know. And Kay was like, "Yo, Tybo, he charged more," and I was like, "He charged more." Dang, that's what's up, bro.
It's one of them bittersweet things.
Oh, it's
right?
bittersweet. And I'm like, yep, he gets it. But it's not that he came up with the formula on his own. He was around an environment of people that's making millions.
So good.
You can't keep being excited about 600,000 or 60,000 or 100,000 when you're talking about people that make that in a weekend. You
crazy.
Pick something up, bro.
Right. You gonna pick something up.
So you got to get in the environment. Whatever you are lacking, get around it.
That's good.
Join a community, join a program, rock with Darius.
So good.
That's it. That's all I got.
Environment. So good. So good. And where can the people follow you at on social medias?
Social media at DShands, DSHANDS is my Instagram, at Podcast Summit. Make sure you get your tickets to Podcast Summit. I don't know when you're watching this, but Podcast Summit is coming up whenever you're watching this.
Yeah.
Okay. We're doing this thing every single year, man. So yeah, I appreciate it, family.
Of course. Any of you content creators, coaches, consultants, service-based providers, anybody looking to start building a brand, I believe that there's no better way than a podcast. We've been doing this now for a year and a half, and it has increased our influence. And a byproduct of more influence is more income. All right. So make sure y'all tap in. I'm going to drop the link to the tickets below this. He might give me a discount code for coming to my link.
For sure.
And I'll probably be on the main stage at Podcast. So we're going to talk. All right. So listen, back with another episode of Influence the Impact Podcast. We have influential conversations. Make sure you like this, share this, comment below, give us some feedback, keep showing up. Want to keep providing you value. And until next time, we out of here.